The silent erosion of respect. Are you unknowingly undermining yourself? Have you ever walked into a room and felt an inexplicable sense of being underestimated, even when you've done nothing overtly wrong? Perhaps you're the one who consistently offers support, listens intently, shares laughter, and lends a hand, yet somehow, you find yourself overlooked, dismissed, or even subtly disrespected. This isn't just a feeling, it's an uncomfortable truth rooted in human interaction. Most people don't lose respect through dramatic failures or overt transgressions. Instead, it's a gradual process, a quiet chipping away, caused by small, seemingly insignificant habits that, over time, send unintended messages. You might genuinely believe you're being kind, humble, agreeable, or empathetic. However, what you're actually communicating to the world could be insecurity, a lack of boundaries, or even a diminished sense of your own worth. These behaviors don't loudly declare, "Disrespect me." They whisper it, repeatedly and subtly, until those around you begin to internalize that message. If you've ever felt invisible in a situation where you should be leading, or if you're tired of being the perpetually agreeable person who never quite earns the respect you deserve, then this message is for you. It's time to pull back the curtain on the 20 subtle yet destructive behaviors that silently erode how others perceive you. More importantly, we'll explore how you can reclaim your power and command the respect you inherently deserve. The 20 silent saboteurs of self-respect and how to counter them. 1. Avoiding conflict at all costs. The habit, consistently sidestepping disagreements, opinions, or confrontations to maintain peace. The impact, while peacekeeping seems noble, it often devolves into self-erasure. By never asserting your true feelings or standing your ground, you inadvertently teach others that your voice is negligible. The solution. Recognize that respect isn't won by silence, it's earned by standing for something, even when it's uncomfortable. Healthy conflict, managed with grace and conviction, demonstrates strength and integrity. 2. Overusing self-deprecating humor. The habit, habitually making yourself the butt of every joke, often highlighting your perceived flaws or shortcomings. The impact, humor can be a powerful connector, but when you're perpetually the punchline, it starts to look less like humility and more like low self-esteem. People will laugh, but they'll also subconsciously begin to believe your jokes, reinforcing your own negative self-perception. The solution, use humor to connect, not to diminish yourself. Learn to appreciate your strengths and present yourself with confidence. Stop training people to see you as less than. 3. Talking more than you listen. The habit, dominating conversations, interrupting frequently, and rarely allowing others to fully express themselves. The impact, this doesn't make you appear intelligent or authoritative, it makes you seem self-centered and lacking in empathy. The solution, true power lies in active listening. It demonstrates confidence, emotional intelligence, and a genuine willingness to learn from others. The loudest person is rarely the most respected. 4. Being unable to say no. The habit, consistently agreeing to requests or demands, even when it overextends you or compromises your priorities. The impact, people-pleasing often stems from a fear of rejection, confrontation, or appearing selfish. But every yes that dishonors your own needs sends a clear message: my priorities don't matter. The solution, understand that boundaries aren't barriers, they are declarations of self-worth. Learning to say no politely but firmly is an act of profound self-respect and earns the respect of others. 5. Acting like you know everything. The habit. Portraying yourself as an expert on every subject, often unwilling to admit ignorance or learn from others. The impact, while you might initially impress some, you'll alienate many more. It closes you off to new ideas and makes you appear arrogant. The solution, the truly respected individual is the one who can confidently say, I don't know, but I'd like to learn. Humility and a genuine curiosity for knowledge are far more compelling than a facade of omniscience. 6. Losing emotional control. The habit, frequent outbursts of anger, breaking down under pressure, or reacting impulsively to challenging situations. The impact, such reactions make people question your maturity, stability, and reliability. They suggest a lack of self-mastery. The solution: master your emotions, or they will master how others perceive and treat you. Developing emotional regulation skills is crucial for commanding respect and trust. 7. Breaking promises frequently. The habit. Consistently failing to follow through on commitments, whether big or small. The impact: your word is your bond. Every broken commitment, no matter how minor it seems, chips away at your credibility and integrity. The solution: when people cannot trust what you say, they inevitably stop respecting who you are. Consistency and reliability are cornerstones of respect. 8. Allowing interruptions without reacting. The habit: permitting others to repeatedly cut you off mid-sentence without asserting your right to speak. The impact: this inaction communicates one clear message: what I have to say doesn't matter. The solution: make space for your voice. Gently but firmly reclaim your conversational turn. The world listens when you genuinely believe you deserve to be heard. 9. Not setting boundaries in casual situations. The habit: allowing subtle disrespectful behaviors from friends, colleagues, or partners to slide without addressing them. The impact: respect is often tested and built in these little moments. When you let a friend joke at your expense, a colleague call after hours for non-emergencies, or a partner disregard your minor needs, you silently agree to this treatment. The solution: real respect is built in the everyday interactions. Learn to address minor boundary violations proactively and calmly. 10. Downplaying your achievements. The habit: habitually minimizing your successes, deflecting praise, or attributing your accomplishments solely to luck. The impact: humility is honorable, but self-erasure isn't. If you don't own your wins and acknowledge your efforts, why should anyone else respect them? The solution: confidence isn't arrogance, it's accurate self-appreciation. Be proud of what you've done, you earned it. Share your successes authentically. 11. Neglecting posture and body language. The habit: slumped shoulders, averted gaze, fidgeting, or a timid voice. The impact: you could say all the right things, but if your nonverbal cues scream insecurity, people will feel your discomfort and disengage. The solution: presence is power. Own your physical space. Stand tall, make eye contact, and use open body language. Your physical demeanor powerfully communicates your internal state. 12. Complaining constantly. The habit: making negativity your default mode, frequently grumbling about situations, people, or circumstances. The impact: while everyone needs to vent occasionally, constant complaining makes you draining to be around. People eventually tune out or avoid you. The solution: people respect those who face challenges with a solution-oriented mindset, not just a problem-focused one. Strive to be the calm in the storm, not the storm itself. 13. Taking credit for others' work. The habit: claiming accomplishments or ideas that rightfully belong to someone else. The impact: this is a swift destroyer of respect. Even if no one calls you out publicly, they see it, and their trust in you erodes immediately. The solution: true leaders share the spotlight. Integrity builds loyalty and respect, ego destroys it. Always give credit where credit is due. 14. Gossiping or spreading rumors. The habit: engaging in conversations about others behind their backs, regardless of how juicy the information. The impact: if you talk about others, people will instinctively assume you'll do the same to them. This severely damages your trustworthiness and reputation. The solution: gossip shrinks your presence, integrity expands it. Choose to build people up, not tear them down. 15. Lacking punctuality. The habit: consistently being late for meetings, appointments, or deadlines. The impact: being late isn't just a waste of time, it subtly communicates that you value your time more than others and that their time is expendable. The solution: respect starts with showing up, on time, prepared, and reliable. Punctuality is a fundamental sign of respect for others. 16. Making excuses instead of taking responsibility. The habit, blaming others, dodging accountability, or always having a reason for failures or shortcomings. The impact, this behavior shows weakness, not wisdom. It prevents personal growth and erodes trust. The solution, own your flaws and mistakes. Growth comes from taking responsibility for your actions, not from making excuses. 17. Being overly needy or dependent. The habit, constantly seeking validation, relying on others to fix your problems, or expecting them to rescue you from challenges. The impact. While support is beautiful, codependency is not. This behavior drains others' energy and signals a lack of self-sufficiency. The solution, respect grows when you carry your own weight and strategically ask for help when genuinely needed, rather than constantly seeking rescue. 18. Interrupting or talking over others repeatedly. The habit, consistently cutting people off mid-sentence or speaking over them in conversations. The impact, if you constantly bulldoze conversations, people will eventually tune out or avoid engaging with you. It shows a disregard for their input. The solution, respect is reciprocal. If you don't give others the space to speak, they won't feel inclined to give it to you. Practice active listening and patience. 19. Being inconsistent in words and actions. The habit, your stated values or beliefs don't align with your actual behavior, or they shift based on convenience. The impact, if your integrity is flexible, people won't trust you. They'll see you as unreliable and insincere. The solution, consistency is the bedrock of character. Strive to be the same person, upholding the same values, whether it's easy or hard. 20. Neglecting hygiene or personal presentation. The habit, consistently presenting yourself in a disheveled manner, neglecting basic hygiene, or showing a general carelessness in your appearance. The impact, you don't need to be a fashion icon, but how you present yourself reflects how you view yourself. I don't care appearance subtly communicates a similar attitude towards yourself and, by extension, towards others. The solution, your personal presentation sends a powerful message. Invest a reasonable amount of time and effort into your grooming and attire. It signals respect for yourself and for the people you interact with. The profound truth, respect is earned in silence. The reality is that respect doesn't always vanish in loud betrayals or grand failures. More often, it silently evaporates through these small, almost invisible habits. Not standing up for yourself. Not owning your voice. Not setting clear standards for how you expect to be treated. This isn't about striving for perfection. It's about cultivating awareness, a keen understanding of the unconscious signals you're sending, and being brave enough to step off autopilot. Because here's the undeniable truth, people treat you the way you teach them to treat you. This lesson is communicated through what you accept, what you tolerate, what you unconsciously repeat in your daily interactions. It's time to take control of that narrative. Start showing the world how to respect you by first and foremost, respecting yourself. Honor your boundaries, protect your energy, and live aligned with your truth. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Which of these 20 habits do you recognize in yourself or others, and what specific step will you take to shift it, starting today? Share your thoughts below, and let's continue this conversation on growth and empowerment.